The Honor Magic 2, the Mi Mix 3, flagship specs at lower than flagship prices with that full screen display thanks to the sliding mechanism. Now what if you loved that sliding mechanism but didn't really want to pay for a flagship spec sheet? Now that's the demographic Lenovo is aiming for with the Z5 Pro, a budget phone that comes with the latest trends in terms of exteriors. Hey guys, Ash here from C4E Tech, and in today's video let's talk Lenovo Z5 Pro. If you do end up liking this video, please don't forget to turn on notifications by clicking that bell icon. For a long time now, Lenovo has been irrelevant in the smartphone market. With the Z5, they got a lot of attention, a lot of hype, but the misleading marketing campaign to kick things off meant it didn't give them enough positivity despite the Z5 appearing to be quite a decent device. But once that hype died down, it's all been silent. In India, Lenovo has totally faded. How many of you guys watching this video know Lenovo launched a couple of phones recently? Even if you did happen to come across that in a video or a title somewhere, did you even care to check it out? Did anybody actually buy those phones? Again, from a global perspective, the Z5's campaign kind of felt like a last-ditch attempt to regain some kind of relevance. Well, that wasn't the right way to do things. The Z5 Pro might just be. It's a unique device with some killer features. And this time by killer, I mean really killer, not the regular marketing term that Lenovo likes to use for every phone. Almost every phone. Any which ways, coming back, the Z5 Pro is the latest device out of China to adopt the sliding mechanism. The screen slides down to reveal dual cameras, an in-call speaker grill, and surrounding all of that, a front-firing speaker. Now this is an excellent use of space, and I wonder why more companies don't adopt this kind of approach. Lenovo has paired this with a bottom-firing speaker and, as always, Dolby Atmos support. So the Z5 Pro in theory should be a really good device for media lovers. A spiritual successor to the Vibe X3 maybe? Let's not really go there. Of course, it's not just the speakers that make for a good movie watching experience. The screen in the middle plays a pretty integral part too. Well, we have a 6.39-inch Full HD Plus AMOLED panel in here, which, as far as we can gather from Lenovo's Chinese website, seems to be sourced from Samsung and now comes with some sort of Gorilla Glass protection too. Now, Samsung makes some of the best AMOLED panels. The Note and S series phones have traditionally always had the biggest screens and the punchiest colors out there. And a lot of brands have been sourcing AMOLED panels recently, and they've all been excellent, so I have high hopes for this display. Lenovo also claims a near 95% screen-to-body ratio on the Z5 Pro. Incidentally, that's a higher number than that on the Magic 2 as well as the Mi Mix 3. However, after that Z5 campaign, I'm gonna take this one with a grain of salt. Speaking of grain of salt, disappointments and all that, Lenovo, like Xiaomi and Honor, has also decided to skimp out on the headphone jack. Now this is a real disappointment, but it looks like an industry trend, and Lenovo too has been happy to jump on that bandwagon. Speaking of following the industry trend, in-display fingerprint scanners are in. They're the cool new thing in the market, and Lenovo is not gonna miss out on it. The Z5 Pro comes with a combination of an under-display fingerprint scanner as well as hardware-based face unlock. The secondary shooter in the front, it's an 8-megapixel camera with IR support, which should account for faster and more accurate facial recognition, especially in the dark. We've seen kind of similar implementations from other brands, and they've worked well, so we're expecting this to be good too. Internally, we have the Qualcomm Snapdragon 710 chip. The Mi 8 SE that we tested earlier this year had the same chip inside, and going by that, performance should be pretty good. Lenovo has also paired the Z5 Pro with 6 gigs of RAM and 64 or 128 gigs of onboard storage. Now on the battery front, there's a 3350 mAh unit, and while the capacity does seem to be a bit on the lower side, the power efficient processor built on the 10nm manufacturing process combined with the AI-based software optimizations should make for decent battery life. At least that's the theory Lenovo is talking about. And yes, AI is the buzzword for 2018, so Lenovo seems to have taken it to heart. We have AI functionality claimed to be baked into everything, right from noise cancellation during phone calls to a game engine that is supposed to give a 20% CPU and 30% GPU boost. Now, I'm not gonna knock on ZUI 10 before I try it out for myself, but the fact that it is launching with Android Oreo at a time where everyone else is launching with Android Pie or upgrading to Android Pie Now that's disappointing, brings back a lot of bad memories. Lenovo and updates never go hand in hand, right? Anyway, we can't talk AI and leave the cameras out here, so we have dual cameras to the back and front. To the back, it's a 16 plus 24 megapixel combo. The primary is a Sony IMX576 sensor. It's coupled with a Sony IMX519. This camera supports pixel binning, so it can create an effective 1.8 micron sized pixels, which should let the Z5 Pro take some pretty cool nighttime shots. On the software front, Lenovo has thrown in several AI modes for both the back as well as front cameras. The selfie shooter here is a 16 megapixel unit, and we don't know if Lenovo is going to be using the secondary camera there, the 8 megapixel one, for anything other than face unlock. We'll update you once I have more information on it. Overall, the cameras on this guy do look interesting. I'll have more to say about optics if I end up getting my hands on the Z5 Pro. So to wrap it all up, well, I have saved the best for last. That's the pricing. The Z5 Pro starts from 2000 yuan, which in terms of Indian rupees is around 21,000 and converts to roughly 290 US dollars. Now that's just insane pricing, even for China. The Mi 8 SE seems to be the best all-round device in this segment, and Lenovo has matched their hardware. It's similar hardware where even the face unlock is kind of matched, and they've topped it all off with an in-display fingerprint scanner and an innovative new eye-catching design. Of course, it is not gonna match the raw power of a Poco F1, but from an overall perspective, this seems to be one beastly combination. And again, of course, there are a few compromises, like for example, the battery capacity is a little on the lower side. There is no headphone jack, and since this is Lenovo, you can pretty much forget about software updates. So that's it. It still seems to be quite interesting, especially for the price. I mean, what do you guys think? Are these compromises worth all the pros on offer? This happens to be the cheapest implementation of the new slider trend, at least as of today. Would you be interested in risking a Lenovo phone if this does launch in India? And if yes, what do you think it should be priced at? Let me know in the comments down below. And with that, it is now time I bid you adieu. Please share this video with friends and family if you can. Thumbs up, thumbs down based on what you felt about it. Subscribe and turn on notifications by clicking that bell icon if you haven't yet. Don't miss out on any of my daily content. Thanks a lot for watching. Till next time, my name's Ash. You've been watching C4 Retech, and I'm signing off for now. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye.